I don't make this kind of video usually because, I try to talk about other stuff. But I really want to support or at least share what the Sadhguru guy is doing, which is trying to bring attention to the fact that we need to save soil. Which I think it's actually very interesting also to see this thing on another level, because in this spiritual community of people, whatever it is, it's a mess. I'm actually surrounded by this kind of weird people, so to speak, in the sense that we get caught into so much imagining things and fantasizing and mystical things. When you actually see a person like Sadhguru, which is a big influential person, I don't know if you know the guy, but we're talking about somebody who has been invited in the United Nations and an influential person, not only in India because it's originated from there, I believe, but worldwide, talking about the fact that we need to save soil. It's actually a very interesting thing for me, apart of the fact that it's an emergency call. I think it's kind of riding for 30,000 kilometers with a bike, a like motorcycle, all this kind of stuff. But let's think about this for a second. The most influential spiritual person on the planet, probably ever, because since we have this kind of medias, no one has reached such a big audience. Even the Buddha, there were just few people around him, sitting. He's talking about practical stuff, about the fact that that we need to save the soil, because otherwise there won't be future. We won't be able to grow our food. So very practical thing. And he's doing this campaign, so to speak. So driving a very long way. He's not in his 30s, so he's a mature guy, let's say. And he's driving around just to bring attention, so that hopefully the government, can start to change their way they do politics and their interest, the way that they run nations. I always doubt these kind of things, but I do realize that a person like him can move masses and it can bring people attention on this subject, which is a very practical and factual thing that if we don't look carefully, we're about to disappear from this planet. And I think it's almost an irreversible thing, in my opinion. I don't want to be pessimistic for the way that things are handled. Humanity is quite crazy, but seeing a person like this, instead of indulging, which it doesn't do that, into some kind of spiritual nonsense, he will have probably the best position to do that, talking and spreading a message such as this, as save the soil. And he has invited, I think there is some kind of campaign of 30 days talking about this thing, whatever you want to post, to bring awareness and to share it through the social media, because nowadays it's the most powerful actually media that we have to share ideas, contents. So I really wanted to make this video inspired by the fact that one of my possible students, she wrote me and she brought this thing up, and I saw some videos of Sadhguru because sometimes I like watching him. He's a very funny guy, and I like him personally, and I think he's doing good projects. But she brought to me this thing again today, and I said, let's make this video. Moreover, because I'm in Tulum right now in Mexico, where you see so much nonsense and people taking ayahuasca every day and doing anybody does any sort of ceremony, any sort of healing, any sort of mystical thing, and then you see basically everybody is totally unbalanced, and not practically living here. So I said this is the best moment to bring up this thing of saving the soil. I don't know much about the Sadhguru campaign, but please check it out because it's a very interesting one, and he has some power of bringing this attention to the government. I don't know if they will do it because I have my personal idea about this, but at least we try. At least we try to bring awareness to the fact that we are screwing up the planet, and something hit me in the head. So save the soil, Sadhguru, and share this message, this video, or make another one, or do a post, whatever. It's not really about me. It's about bringing this idea around, and also reflecting on the fact that the most influential spiritual person probably of all time is not talking about nonsense. It's talking about practical stuff, And I think he also builds schools and plant trees, all things, they sound nice and whatever, but doing practically and with the impact that is having, that's a great thing to do. So